Thank you for joining us. I'm Sherry Truhlar with Red Apple Auctions, and today I want to talk about an item that is very popular at benefit auctions, and it's not even that difficult to get. It's the opportunity to dine at the chef's table in a great restaurant. And I want to describe not only why this is a great item, but I want to describe what it is, because I know up until a few years ago I myself didn't know what a chef's table was. So just be aware that not every restaurant has one. But a chef's table, it's a table that's situated within the kitchen of the restaurant. This is not something that you'd normally see at your inexpensive restaurants. It tends to be something at your mid to higher priced restaurants. It's quite possible that your favorite restaurant has a chef's table and you don't even know it. There would be no reason for you to unless you'd poked around back there in the kitchen. So it's quite possible that your favorite restaurant has a chef's table, and now you have opportunity to ask for it to be donated. As with real estate, what makes this item so unique is the location, the location, the location. They drill that into you at real estate, and it's true with this as well. By virtue of where it sits, which is in that kitchen, you're allowing the guests to see how food is being prepared. They can observe the communication that's going on between the kitchen staff. They just generally get to experience what it's like inside a busy restaurant kitchen. Now, I understand if you grew up in the restaurant business, that might be the last place you want to be. But for many people, it's kind of voyeuristic. They get to see how another business is being run from the inside out, so to speak. So it's the uniqueness of that experience which is helping to propel the price at your benefit auction. From the guest's perspective, eating out just becomes more special, right? It's always nice to go out for a good meal, but it's way more fascinating if you're getting to eat out literally in the middle of the hustle and bustle of a busy kitchen. You get this whole new dimension. You're dining in the kitchen, but yet you're still dining outside of your house. Now, sometimes the restaurants will book the chef's table when the restaurant is at capacity, and I'll give you an example of that in just a moment. But other times the table is going to be left vacant until that restaurant has a VIP or a special guest arrive, and then they'll usher them back to that table. But from a personal experience standpoint, a few years ago I was attending a conference in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and a group of us were headed down to the south side to eat at an Italian restaurant there. And when we got there, the line was out the door. It was a very popular restaurant, so we went ahead and put in our name. And by the time the hostess called us up, she said, "Wow, you've got a really big party." She says, "You know, the only place I could really seat you is going to be in the kitchen. Do you mind eating there in our kitchen?" Well, I wasn't really aware of what this concept was, but some of the people in my party were, and they said, "Oh, it's the chef's table. We'd love to eat at the chef's table. Are you kidding?" So they took us back there, and in this particular restaurant, it was more of a large booth, but it was in the kitchen, and we were the only ones there outside of the restaurant staff, and it was a fabulous experience. The food was good, but it's not so much the food I remember. It really is just getting to observe that when they drop plates or break something or something doesn't go right. You're getting to witness all of that, and it just makes for a more interesting experience for your evening out. So when you are soliciting for donations from restaurants, I really do encourage you to ask if they have a chef's table. And if they do, ask if they would mind donating the dinner at that table, because it's going to be a better donation for you. It's not going to cost the restaurant any additional money, and I promise you that your auction guests are going to have a more interesting experience once they've invested in that gift card. So if you are looking for other auction item ideas, I can tell you that we've got an auction item guide as well on our website, so you can learn about this and other great things. It's the top 100 items that we sold in benefit auctions last year, and I instantly email that guide out to anybody who signs up and says they want it. So get that at redappleauctions.com. I'm Sherry Truhlar, charity auctioneer. Thank you for listening, and good luck to you in your next benefit.